Welcome back, my good replay. Oh yes, her. Lana Glamour. That's because the kid skims her crates. Privilege of rank for you. I answer to no one, friend. I attempted to discuss Einselt. Yes, degeneracy is passing for cool these days. Sure.
The fire exit remains ajar, ball wedged into the... You raise your hand to wave at the engineer on his pylon. You pocket the ball, and the fire door is... The door sits flat.
Wolf time. It's Pathos Wolves.
These kids are lost. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Check out those LEDs.
Yeah, my auntie brought it back with her from a trip. Whoa, I've never seen one up close. You're lucky.
The rarest. They're big, and each one looks like one of the 66 wolves. Because no one has any. The boat people...
I asked the boat lady when she would get more.
The toy stall had bootleg one.
66.
You've only seen the one.
The Redemption Arc has 6 cups. There's Tyrant Wolf, Placid Wolf, Dream Wolf...
Special. What do you mean? No. I don't think so.
Probably.
You can drink from them.
And they look like wolves. Whoa. He looks evil.
Uh-huh. After...
Alright. So, you can ask us a...
No, remember...
It's been years since you interacted with children, so... A reminder.
Yep.
Doing well enough so far.
Mum's at home. We live on a boat.
We don't know him. Mom... Yeah.
She's awesome.
Why aren't you at work? That's not a job. And there's no school today. Or tomorrow. That's how it is now. We have 2 weeks of school.
Antonio's mom said it's because foreign politicians. He's my friend. He lives on another houseboat. No school for 2 more weeks. Antonio's school doesn't open anymore.
Don't say that. Mom said we might go to the one in the sunset.
A bourgeois district in the northern parts of...
Since... 2... But it was only...
An eternal underclass is being manufactured before your very eyes.
No, we do loads of stuff.
We have homework. That's really nice.
I don't want to talk about dumb school anymore. Can we talk about it? The music man wears glasses.
She doesn't mean...
Yeah, they have no idea.
Odd.
Brains lie, guts don't.
We know Marlon's daddy.
So you heard. Perhaps they can confirm the woman's...
He disappeared because the phone ate him.
She didn't say the phone ate him. You know what her dad looked...
Are you going to find her dad? Oh.
Can we talk about... That's not a real...
Temple, temple, temple!
You should ask an adult. Okay.
My sword? But it's my sword. How long?
Our aunt got it for him for his birthday. He can't just give it to you. If you want it, then it has... When Dreadwolf met with the legendary Smith Kuro of the Grey Fang tribe, Dreadwolf didn't have coin. So she traded her Eventide pendant.
The Phantasma stiletto.
So you have to offer something big, or else it's not fair and he keeps the sword.
The kids studied.
Oh,
Do you want to talk about the wolf some more?
The children ignore you.
Give it a rest, Hirsch. No one wants to hear that stuff anymore. All these radical statements you keep making. Do you even know what year it is? How about you actually do something? You dimly recall reading that communism is supposed to be a system of production, a way to order and recreate the
Reactionary pessimism. The people yearn for strong statements to repeat endlessly.
Alright, fine. Ever feel like you should be living your beliefs a bit more? Join. How about the stuff you already own? Not even a little bit. It achieves nothing. That's even more principle.
Vending machines are basically a 10,000-year-old grift. You ever think about that? Right. Figure there was this hairy guy once. The Paleolithic hustler. This prick finds a big, heavy stone and drops it over the hole. You want bury? Boom. His
Brute animal cunning is enough to invent capital.
some automation issue to take care of for sure. On the point is, the grift works, even on you. You're broke. Yet you keep walking past those glowing boxes where descendants of the hustler are hoarding resources without even reaching in to take some. Not stuff, money. The standardized berry of the modern world. No longer necessary. Not fuck that primitive grifter. You can already hear the pseudo-verbal sound. Do you hear that? It's the sound of a city crying out. The light is a terrible... The light is too many sycophants. Before the age of agencies and ledgers, the first spies communed with... So the stories suggest. All around darkness recedes. Gone be the shroud the city needs. Liquid night.
If you think the philosophy of Chiang Wang is just about crafting little homemade guns, you are sorely mistaken. giving you a momentary escape from the world of sheep. Look around you.
The testing ground for technologies of dehumanization known as the developed world.
More a prison of sheep, actually. A fluffy cage where the inmates are sheep, the guards are sheep, even the walls are sheep. That is society. Do not ask. Reach out. That is the Wang. Don't just make... And remember, you owe the prison of sheep nothing, and that includes... Stealing implies the breaking of an agreed social contract. Did you... Go now. And if anyone tries to stop you...
The machine is still soured. No one would notice or care. You're in the clear. No need to muck about. Using all your shakedown successful. This is gang property now. The refreshments remain. The teenage boy nods hesitant.
I don't know. I hang out. What? Yeah? Tried once. He screamed at me about board narking and threw what looked like, dunno. Would have been pretty cool if he wasn't so... Whatever. Yeah.
vending machine awaits your selection. Yet seems the machine is as in. You return to the forbidden.
Stop. Hello. Again? I'd hardly call Gonzalo a
There's no telling what Gonza's behavioral baseline is.
Gonzalo was and is perfect.
Under the air of affected dismissal.
I'd rather not get into it, if you don't mind. Again? Yes?
He gives you a brief nod.
Yes. Of course. Until next time.
Shh.
Warily. You step into the booth. You hang up the phone. A filthy flyer glued to the wall. A row of bespectacled men staring. Yellow text in black and white. The sub-commandante salutes you. Pride, bright yellow his stare seems. Hold on. You know what could use? That big blank wall next to your bed. It's been adhered. Bagman's been flooding the city. You return to the animal zone. You lift the shutter gently around you. Scat. Come back at night. You turn away from the store.
You're back again. Can't say I'm familiar with the name.
No part of him is even trying to actually.
Missing people reports are handled by the Carabineros, not the Guardia Municipal. Ask Aunt Carmuna. She might know this person. Nossa Senora Polaris. But just the little ones, yes? Good. Good. Do you have anything else? Not this again. My mother's sister, but she thinks that makes her my boss too. Even calls me Little Morito. She's been a worrier for as long as I've known her. Carmuna and most of the older folks, they can't accept that things overall are all right. Look around. What do you make of the bazaar?
The GM gives you the most. An assortment of cargo crates sits. Machine print. Point of origin. These crates aren't insidious imperialism. Amazed. Imagine yourself as each package marked with instructions on which store it's to be. You step away. The brightly colored Your eyes are... They're even more expensive than the vending machines in the airport at Treffe on your way here. The GMs turn a blind eye. If the world would deny you even these small pleasures, then it's not been long since you broke into one of these. The refreshments remain.
The fire door. The door sits.
I can do this. I can take you on. I'm your...
The middle-aged man cranes his neck to look at the top of the pylon. A familiar dolphin logo on his shirt.
That's right. I'm a Renault man.
That thing he's carrying has got buttons. A little antenna. That's a grade A thingy, all right?
Unusual name. May have heard it on the wind once or twice, but no. There's something in the back of my mind telling me I've heard...
Tempo had that effect on his surroundings. Often spoke about.
You'll have to be more specific. Seen a couple of... I don't think I'm tall enough to see other men's bald spots. The uniform of all those type of men. Good point. Right you are. I can tell you that it's Renault's longest running and... Must be just over a decade at this point. It's actually the last payphone. The line cannot go down. Not even for a second.
A single thread.
The reason being, or so I've heard, is that Renault would incur a bill of such whopping proportions that it could risk the whole company going under. No further details, unfortunately. The unrealized loss, they call it. No, that kind of thing isn't for me. It's just part of the job.
He really wants you to believe that.
Not a clue. The address. It's the old payphone along the back. Sure. Oh, it's just me trying and failing to do.
A feeling you know well enough.
It's embarrassing, really. I'm overqualified.
What he says doesn't add up. The logic is...
I'm hired to perform any...
Technical words that only mean something to those with the prerequisite knowledge.
The wireless phone network is routed through electronic boxes called arteries. They work like the old... Renault has been upgrading its payphones across the city. They pretty much all run on wireless signals. The owner of Renault, the rich guy at the top of it all. The company is named after him. I don't see a problem with it as long as you get the good service you expect. Which is what I'm here trying. Yes, one of the old terminals. The part I'm struggling with is climbing up this ladder.
A man stood on a cliff's edge.
Oh no, you really shouldn't. Not only is it dangerous, no, but it would be more relevant to my experience. Lots of things. Primarily, it picks up wireless networks, radio frequencies. I wish I could say that, but it's an integral part of my job. Where to even start? You haven't been there.
He nods.
Pretty much. That's part of what makes this job so hard. If only it were that easy. When you're being chased by bills, among other that which chase.
Snarling beasts. Rip the long arm of the party.
Not exactly. But the sentiment, I've had them for about a decade.
He grimaces, wearing the same look.
As I already said, I would rather not. Scared of that too. Yes, so am I. A terrible thing to. Same as everyone else. Mining cadmium, lithium, and other rare minerals. In my case, on behalf.
He hid it well. What else could he be?
Not for any good reason. It hardly supports life.
Burned to the inside.
Statistically, there is more death happening around us here, but it is much crueler on the moon. Perhaps because the spirit is divorced from its home soil and cannot so easily return. It's what gives me hope that one day I will find peace. As do I. Very much. It's fairly peaceful. And
As you depart, you step up to the terminal again. Available commands. 1. Based on the available options. So the names around you. Hundreds of landlines. The identifier you found on the payphone for the Miracle line. Try using it here. The screen flickers. Line diagnostic mode. Line diag node 04P03. Tone. Voltage minus 51.3 VD. You're not sure how yet, but the wealth of details should prove useful. You close the box.
oh, you're back. None at all.
As you depart,
Love to. The GMs, half of them owe me money. Some grew up and viewed us. We fried, yeah? 'Cause if I were to stay away from anyone, it'd be the Carabineros. These fuckers don't fix problems. They pull them. You know how it is. You're in on this game, you better take a break. With pleasure. All right. Tell me, I'll be seeing you.
Hello again. The editor-in-chief's office, mostly. There's the file room too, but you don't want to go down there. It's half flooded all the time. You should give it to Haya. I will. And read.
The editor-in-chief's desk. Among them, a luscious fountain pen glints in the artificial light.
Oh, yes. Thank you. It was a gift. The review's 6th anniversary.
The desk remains under...
Ah. Hello. I imagine you do. Please. We're still a modest...
We keep each other company, don't we, Haya?
It's true.
It's like she was suddenly thrust upon a stage, all her lines unrehearsed.
Well,
Haya made the review from nothing. She's more than just the boss here.
Certainly not. She has a lot of things to put in it. What with her triple role as
Janitor. That's why she's the one who let you in. She's in charge of the doors.
Our sponsor takes responsibility for staff and premises.
Keeps her mind fully on the art.
It's been a great... We're still a
We keep each other company, don't we, Haya?
Yeah.
It's like she was suddenly...
Well...
Haya made the review from nothing. She's more than just the boss here.
I'm sure that is the case. Here.
She doesn't lack what's required of a boss. Must be something to do with her sponsor, the Civilization Trust. Arrangements like that often come with a hidden cost.
Of course. Anytime. Adieu. You still can't go back.
I told you this place is off limits. It's been... Let's see now. I hear some indigenous...
Please don't imagine that.
If you want to see for yourself, you can't go in there. Only the controls to the waterlock. But you probably
The container is still overfull with rubbish. You jump up to the rim and let your upper body descend. Why are we in here? Like the pulpy dreck you used to read as a child. Somewhere in your mind, an ancient motor grinds to life. Corpses damp with blood. The bodies multiply and get more decay. Piles of you are now wading for, but not all. The only places that would need such a high volume of cheap tableware are schools and prisons. Most likely a faulty order that came in through. You have reached the end of this path. Everything has been recorded and will be stored within your inner archive. The layers of this bin isn't. This calls for deep. The rubbish container. The steel door to Tempo's office is before you. Faint oxidation halos bloom across. No response. It's locked. Still locked. Show it who's boss. It's a standard lock. The right hands would be holding taut. You press the screwdriver tip against the keyhole. Metal clinks pathetically against metal. The lock is unmoved. You step back from the... You stop and take the world in. A figure jittering on pause. Nobody... 100 conversations blend into one. All around, movement clings to structure. Sightlines, bottlenecks, exits. People move as water does around rocks. A map. The bazaar stretches before you. A living. A child zooms past with a toy. A plastic wolf. A handful of kids crowd the stall, faces lit by the multicolored glare of Lusian electric. Behind them, you see the salesman involuntarily, nerves stretched taut to breaking point. Tarps are withdrawn, crates unloaded from the holds of barges. In the pauses between, the gaze of a hunter, or of someone expecting to be hunted, on guard for a sudden eruption of violence. One of the vendors wearily reorganizes her wares. It seems it's not her mess. Someone has been through and upended her. Suddenly, it's obvious. You see it in the movements of the bazaar, just as you would see a limp in the gait of an animal. A tension, a furtive rapidity in the rhythm. The bazaar trundles on, functional. An intruder in there. The weeping eye have passed through recently. Kick in. The bazaar is trying to gather itself after an attack, while bracing for another. A sharp inhale. The vending machine awaits yours. The machine is as indifferent. An old bench, marks to be revered from seating many people. You consider rest. An old bench, marks to be revered from seating many people over the year. You consider resting here, but can't justify an up. You find yourself before the strange tree once more. You leave.
You're back. And you still look like that.
Sure.
I'll print. That's understandable. It's been a while since... Of course, I'll print. I'll be here if you...
It's a race against the drinkers to clean each.
Hey, it's been 4 hours. Take a break.
Stopping is almost harder than trying to keep up with the work.
You definitely helped. Thanks. See you.
You return to the desk. The red folder is still sitting on its surface. You turn away from the desk. The bed welcomes you. The stillness of the room quietens your mind as you settle down. You return to the desk. The red folder is still sitting on its surface. In just a few words, the worst failure of your previous assignment, Portofino 88 to 91, Network Whole Sick Crew, Operants Cascade, a secret the Opera has elected to keep from itself. Impossible to tell. The redactions are very heavy. Obvious. The Opera wanted him to know what sort of spy he'd be working with. Most recent assignment, Novessa, 91 to present, Satellite Facility B, aka the Freezer, the Opera's labyrinthine archival complex, where the old, useless, or very occasionally, until fate recalls them to the... The folder shut. Whoa, whoa. The darkest secrets. You can't just leave them out like this. You crumple the pages up and set them on... For Cascade. All for Cascade. All will be... You read the words again, and hear your asset's gravelled voice beside your ear. Only your double's advancing bald spot is visible to you over the rim of the chair. The day beyond the window beckons you out. ZWS. For Cascade, all will be forgiven. You turn away from the desk. You return to your double's limp body. You can do it, Cascade, he says with his eyes. Your hand slips. Be thorough this time. You retract your hand.
pleasure breaking into houses and hearts. Alright, I'll be seeing you.
You stand before Tempo's door once more. As you push the point of your tool into the lock, you feel it stick within the internal teeth. It feels like a hook, an anti-lock picking measure. You grit your teeth in concentration as you work the tool slowly out of the lock. How do they expect you to work with this amateur set of lockpicks? A brief tremor runs through the... Humans dominate door. Stop. Don't enter. Don't break this seal. This doesn't have to be yours. Gang ho. The frame screams in protest. A ruined sofa with a sad story to tell. The air hums. This is a spy's death. Too much. Update. Asset taxman. Was unknown. Now zeroed out. Multiple assailants going by the footprints. A brief struggle. Askew on nearby shelves. A stereo system. Blinking on standby. They used that to drown out the noise. At the start, at least, this was not a clean hit. The aftermath was the point. A slow, cold The blood is curdled and cracked, the way espionage crises always go. People collide in slow motion. All treaties are hereby denounced. Prepare for open war. Mere minutes into the match and the away crowd aside. Enemies too. Cast. On the desk are a grey notebook, an e-terminal, and a broken... Next to the frame is an eye with a long single teardrop, shaped out of a fine... The eye of your enemy, waiting to greet you. It's soft and ringed, the word account, a thicket of serial numbers, dates. You notice the handwriting completely changes in the more recent entries. The first dates back years, harsh line, tempos. The second set is an elaborate looping cursive. Boring, boring, boring. There are none. The first set of handwriting even uses the word cunt with the same wild abandon as the second. It would be quite rare for rupturing blood vessels to entice one into calligraphy. The heart suggests a compassionate touch. Maybe a list of names, titles, and Ignatz, Could be the individual or flexible loyalties that come.
Rent, utilities, and other minor operating costs. You avert your gaze.
It doesn't turn on.
The crying powder eye stares at you.
It is a signal. The crudeness of it points towards a sick joke by the weeping eye. The eye watches you. The silence in the eye
As you turn the frame around, dust falls and a blade of light momentarily obliterates the row of faces presented.
Inside your stomach, spiders scuttle. A surprise attack launched from your own past. Here you all are.
Taxman. S-Dog. Virtue.
Cascade.
Radiant. Kindred. Holocene.
Your former network, known to the Opera as.
Unknown to you, as those friends you left to die.
Your people. None of them meet your eye, apart from you, the only one looking down. They were counting on you, and you abandoned them. What a thoughtful gesture.
You slip the photo out of the frame, into your pocket.
Pressing against your heart once more. A fatal case of sentimentality, leading call. He wanted to keep you all around. Too late. Fading light. You did what the assignment called. Beneath the photo. The window to your right. You can make out an impression of the bazaar beyond the window, obscured by.
You gather up your sleeve and exhale onto the window, where your breath reveals a clear handprint in the dust. The condensation from your breath fades, taking the print with it. Across the canal is the district of Lower Vudas, a haggling mess of slums, continually sprouting from the defunct ruins of itself. A cross-section of the city would be a cliff face, stacked with evidence of floods, political tides, and fossils of. It hums with free-flowing commerce. Pensioners with oversized bags, teenagers carrying skewers of fried shrimp, dockers moving. He is stained all around you. An unusual shape breaks the pattern. A large orange figure, sliding between the stalls. Glancing up at the office. Too much and too often. The man from the photo shop. The weeping eyes errand boy. A possible cover. Of course. In espionage, coincidence is folklore. Known to the Opera as the Whole Sick Crew.
click somewhere inside. The world slows. You lock eyes with the man from the photo shop. He cradles something within his coat. Fear, gun. The time to act is now. Your muscles tense up in anticipation of the... There is a moment as both legs swing out into nothing. This is going to hurt. Your posture, position, you screw your eyes. The impact comes half an instant before you expect. Leg, damaged but functional. You take a breath. Time to plot your next move. There are many objects in this box. Your hands caress a variety of head coverings, ultimately stopping on a shiny, luminous visor. It does when you're making it. Greasy, awkward, and dressed in a gaudy multicolored coat, the man stands nervously scanning his surroundings. His gaze glides cleanly over you. You hear the whine of a 50cc engine, a small...
Yo, uppercut, this way!
Your body crackles with electricity as you batter your foe in. His eyes light up in fear. The man flinches and the air stands still. Two bodies collide. One falls.
Come on, time to move!
The man's hand slips out of his coat. He grips a camera tightly to himself. You race toward the waiting tuk-tuk and hoist yourself up.
One of those nights. Kansa Kimbo.
The girl gives you a quick, not exactly kind once over from behind a dark cigarette and crescent nose.
And you must be his so-called friend, Herschel. Cascade then. Fuck it. Have two names. Temple said you'll be late.
Your former asset was swapping secrets with a teenager. Not that. Probably. The man was a committed homosexual.
Magician's apprentice. They throw knives at me and I get paid not to flinch. All of it's gone wrong. Someone took Tempo out. The whole way out. Who do you think found the blood? He's dead. Turbo dead. Sorry. Trust no cunt. That's my red line policy these days. Trust me, this is the best way to protect them. We've been attacked, Herschel. Beaten. All ends up. Bazaar's a war economy now. We all knew it was coming one way or another. Like Tempo used to say himself. No one...
This is a brave face. For your sake.
Tempo had enemies in every direction. Take your pick. Or maybe that's what someone wanted you to think. But sure, Herschel, let's go with Weeping Eye. Or the Carabineros. Or the Azzurri mob. Maybe... Fuck you care anyway. Tempo always called you a friend. 5 years, no word. Some friend. Yeah, but everyone says that. Because it's easy to say. Anyway, he's gone.
The girl studies her half-dead cigarette.
From the photo on Tempo's desk. That was all of you, right? Thought so. Not a lot. That you were good, that you had something together, and that it was a shame how it all went down. Slowly, then all at once. They got the girl first, he said. Carolina. No, I don't think so. Good things go sideways, it happens. This is straight. You were friends, right? You go down with your friends and you all go together. How it's always been.
The girl inspects the disc.
This is one of those Einzelfucks Petre won't shut up about. Fuck me, there's 2 of them? I know she's missing, but that's no state secret. Whole world knows.
A flash of your abandoned double, alone in a lonely room.
Of course, you can't go wrong with V. All her stuff is good. Where did you get that anyway? As in dead? Sorry to hear it. What happened to him? The worst type of ski. Sounds like we're 2 down, Cascade. And getting cunted harder by the minute. Hope he pulls through. And what's another one in the vapor? You spies are morgue slab cold. The ritual, obviously.
That's your cue to know what this is.
Cascade or nothing. Tell her Taxman is ready to begin the ritual. That was Tempo's message to the opera. What's it mean? I thought you were high up in the opera or something.
Uh-oh. Tempo didn't know they shelved you after 91. He thought you were still respected, revered even.
What's that mean? Are you still a spy? Thanks for the honesty. But the way Tempo talked about you, you're supposed to be the great Cascade. Pockets full of answers. Tempo used to say it. So yeah, I do know what it means. Nothing anymore. Probably some coke shit. He practically had a feeding bag attached near the end. Maybe it was. Nothing to do with our current reality, though.
The girl closes her eyes, then opens them again.
Quiet, Herschel. I sense the presence of spirits.
She is iced over with...
Yes, I hear them. They're close. They're whispering. Rituals, come... Before Temple got knuckle-flicked off the board, he was setting up a massive deal with some Luthian guy who's like 1,000... Someone way high up. My best guess? This ritual's all tied up in that. Temple called it a blow for culture in defiance of all known laws. And he said that if he fucked this one,
The exit papers you discovered at the shrine grow a little heavy.
Seems that prophecy is coming to pass. Temple was first, blood sacrifice in his own office. Next is me. Then you, probably, if you're still around. You're part of this deal now. I never knew his name, or his new name.
Here, point awarded.
You mean the shrine with all the pictures of dead people? This Dante prick disappears a couple of weeks back. Gets snatched, vanished. Said some hyper-incriminating shit into the phone that everyone knows is tapped. Temple's on the other end, hears him get taken. Black bag job. Now he's locked up in some secret jail, saying who knows what to who knows who. Right. Malin said her dad turned into thin air. She doesn't smile much anymore. Not a great look when you're trying to sell parties to people. You should see her fucking receipts. Yeah, it's right under the flashing neon sign that says, secret jail this way. Sorry. It's been a tense couple of weeks. This old guy getting snatched really spooked Temple. Like weapons-grade coke binge spooked. Last time I saw him, he was bleeding out of his nose and talking very seriously about fate. Correct. You've got me in this safe house. I'm not on coke, but I am spooked to fuck. You need to find this old Lucian guy and either just... If this ancient prick spills on our massive deal, we're...
She was going to say another name there.
Everyone, I said. The bazaar, the vet...
No. Something bigger here. Something she's holding back.
Call it what you want. I just need you to do it. Temple said you come through for him. So find that old prisoner, Herschel, and come through. Only shot we got.
Her hand reflexively reaches for the cigarette packet jammed into her left bra strap. She smacks the packet once against the side of her head, then flips open the top and plucks one. At the aerotram stop with Tempo, Fox, he smacked the packet on the side of his head before offering you a smoke. You do it too sometimes, without realizing. Nostalgia is a symptom.
We hosed here, Hush? Firm grip needed. These things... Anything from our dream kid?
Kindred. Unreachable for the last 16 hours. The screech and groan.
You should probably get on that. Don't worry about me, I'll be alright. Take care, you Dimka.
Yo, ground control to Herschel. You look like my grandmother. Closer than most, I would say. Yeah. You're right. It probably... My name's Yana, and I'm the fucking man. On account of my many enemies. And I've got a lot more problems than the one... Ignatz. Area clown with shit taste in jackets. He used to work at the bazaar, till Temple sacked him. Photos? Weird. Temple thought maybe he was in with the Weeping Eye. Carmona's got dye in her brain or something. Either way, Kuntz just bought himself a lifetime ban from the bazaar. Welcome to the delinquent heap. All right, Herschel. Psychologize me. Yeah, I did some odd job shit around there. Admin stuff. I'm a criminal prodigy. I was just Yana. The bazaar took me in. Tempo kept me. Probably where I left them. Who are you, social services? Fuck off. I'm retired. Government education is for... They're never gonna teach you the most important thing in life. How to make fucking moves. We had a professional arrangement. Now we have an extremely personal one. Hold on. Don't I get another name?
Could go with tax girl. Strong thematic resonance.
You mean like save you from the bazaar? Speak your piece. Keep your powder dry.